Hello, everyone. I want to show data from Sky Viewer. It is a traffic analysis tool using drone video. I'm Saurabh Barua, and my presentation has four parts. That is, firstly, geo registration. Then I will show annotation setup and how to assign gates and drones. And lastly, I will export data and do the analysis. So let's get into the insight. So what is data from Sky Viewers? It's actually a computer vision tool. It extracts traffic data from drone video footage with better precision. I'll show detailed hand-to-hand, step-by-step calculation in the later phase of this presentation. So it is open source, but data from viewer is not. Data from Sky Viewer is open source, but data from Sky is not open source. Actually is has a paid license, and it provides rich output data, and we can get vehicle trajectories, speed, gate counts, special information. And for georeferencing we can use WG80 WGS84 or UTM coordinate system to produce real world information. And if we look at the workflow, so firstly open the Sky Viewer, and how to launch this application, load the drone video file, or continue with the existing project. Then I use geo-registration and import control points from a CSV file. It can be UTM or WGS84 coordinates or pixel given in pixel, and we have to adjust it so that will be as less as possible. It is better to have less than 0.1 meter. Then we have to clone the configuration of annotation, then make it edit so that we can assign entry, exit, gate, and traffic zones and define the traffic zones. And lastly, we have to export the trajectory data, vehicle type, speed, gate times, XY position, and acceleration. And all the vehicle position and speed information, XY position information, and acceleration will be given in 1/32, 1/32, not 1/30 second. So let's look at the first step, that is geo-registration. To do the geo-registration, firstly we have to go to the tracking log, then manual view registration. Click on the manual view registration. After that, wizard window will open. We have to select the WGS84 coordinate system, then import the control points from file given, and the file will be information regarding georeferencing, and it will be in CSV format. And that CSV file will have CSV column like tag, UTM-X, UTM-Y, UTM zone, hemisphere, image X, image Y, position. And after the importing, we have to drag the control points to adjust the position of the image. Then clicking the next, we can see the review, not only see that we can review the deviation values. If deviation value is not acceptable, say greater than 0.1 meter, then we can go back and adjust using dragging mouse points. And when we are satisfied about the deviation that is less than 0.1 meter, we have to stop dragging the control points and go back and lastly finish the same geo registration. So target is here is we have to keep deviation almost less than 0.1 meter or like that. And we will get the accurate speed calculation in kilometer per hour. And we use the CSV file. And here we can see the what information of imported CSV file has. Next, we have to annotate the configuration. Firstly, we have to go to the manage annotation configuration, then clone the original configuration which is available. Then in the radio button, we have to click the clone active, then click the edit button and clone the configuration so that we can edit the clone configuration. then delete any pre-existing gate or pre-existing traffic zone. After that, what we have to do, we have to clicking 2 point, we have to assign or define the entry line or entry gate. And then again in the downstream, we have to click 2 points to define the exit line. And we can, from the drop down, we can select it by bi-directional, neutral, or neutral, positive or negative. We can use it bi-directional here, but based on up or down traffic, we can use the negative or positive direction. So we have to save it. After confirm, we have to click the confirm annotation, click tick mark and save it. And for the traffic zone, again, we have to draw the polygon. Selecting it, the polygon, we have to need at least 4 point to define the polygon study area. Next, in the step 3, we have to export and see the data structure. We will analyze the panel, then from the analyze panel, we have to go to the export analysis to CSV file. And when the pop-up window open, we have to delete the semicolon rather than we have to use comma, it must. Then click the export trajectories, then click the export only part of trajectories between entry and exit gate, and also click the export only valid trajectories. Then assign the output file path and save it. We have to assign output file path, it must. And there are actually 8 fixed column. Those are track ID, vehicle type, entry exit gate, entry time, exit time, travel distance, average speed. And next 6 columns are repeated, which are actually described 1 by 30 second. Is not 1 by 32, actually 1 by 30 second. Those are X position, Y position of the vehicle, speed, tangential acceleration, lateral acceleration, and time step. Last 6, that is X position, Y position, speed, tangential acceleration, lateral acceleration, and time speed will be repeated multiple times. So for further analysis, what we have to do, we have to pivot this CSV file, especially for the last 6 columns. And actually the column later on, we can see that those do not have the header, but using Python, we can use Python Panda so that we can repeat it and do the pivot operation actually. So we can use Python. Using that, we can slicing and unpivot, actually pivot the repeated 6 column block into tidy long format data. And again, save the data in Excel or using Power Query. We can reshape it and we can do speed analysis. And since speed data is given, we can calculate the percentile speed, acceleration profile, time space diagram. We can also do the spatial analysis. We have XY coordinate and georeference. We can import GIS tool, QGIS, RGIS for heat maps or conflict points. We can do the volume calculate counts actually. We have gate entry exit times and allow directional count, and OD metrics are generated. We can generate OD metrics between entry and exit gate, and we can most importantly, we can use the data to calculate the travel time between entry and exit gate for every vehicle within the study area. And what is the takeout? If we look at here, SkyViewer, data from SkyViewer is free, but it paired with the full analysis feature that is license based. And georeferencing registration accuracy, we have to maintain it. It is critical for valid speed data. For my study, I use 0.1 meter deviation. We have to define the entry exit gate and traffic zone before exporting. And we have to export the CSV file. And the CSV file has 8 fixed column and 6 repeated columns. Those columns are 1 by 30th second data. And we have to pivot for further analysis. We can use Python pandas library or Excel to reshape and analyze the trajectory data. That's all about my presentation, and in the next section, I will show uh, hand-to-hand calculation, hand-to-hand procedure to how to use the data from Sky directly. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. Today I want to show data from Sky, a computer vision based app to uh, to get traffic data from drone videos, and we can do further analysis. I am using data from Sky Viewer. It is open source. However, the analysis of data from Sky is not open source, it's paid. So I will show how to use the data from Sky Viewer. And I have already the analyzed data from the paid version. So firstly, opening while this, clicking it, I have to do continue with a video, or I can also specify video, but I do not need directly the video right now. So firstly, click the continue without video. Then we can have this interface. Hello. And here we have file, tracking log, analysis, trajectory, video setting. Firstly, we have to do the georeferencing. To do the georeferencing, firstly go to the tracking log. Then from tracking log, we have to click manual georegistration. Click manual georegistration. Then we have this wizard and go to the next. Then next, we have uh, corresponding points, tag, latitude, longitude, image X, image Y pixel. So we have to do georeferencing. To do this, firstly select the WGS84, then click import points from file. Here we have already the georeferenced point. Here say this georef HD, this is the CSV file already available. Click open it. So my georeferencing point are available. It is actually in the in the CSV. So I import the CSV file. This look like this, have tag UTM-X, UTM-Y, and UTM zone, UTM hemisphere, image X and image Y. This information I imported. So then we have to click the next. However, if we look at here, we have some deviation. So we have to adjust the deviation firstly. We have to keep the deviation within 0.1 meter. So here I have already 0.1 meter. Suppose say one is not in the correct location. What I have to do, actually one is here. So I just drag it. Then again next, we can see that the deviation of one is very, very high. So go to the back, then drag it back. Then next, we can see still the deviation of one is very high. Then go to the back, I have to adjust the one. Now the deviation becomes, say, it getting very high. Deviation is 2 point something, so I have to adjust it. Go to back. Here is still is getting more high, so we have to drag it to close enough. Now is again high. So by dragging and clicking, we have to actually make it correct. This is the way. Actually, I am not directly taking it. So what I can do, go to the tracking log, manual georegistration, next. And if we go to the next, is still showing some problem. So what we can do, we can go to back, cancel, closing it, closing it. If we open it again, I'm waiting to loading the tracking log. We have to drag to and fro so that we can adjust the deviation to 0.1 meter. That's our target. It's now loading the tracking log. Continue with the video. My data from Sky Viewer is open. Now go to the tracking log, manage annotation. We have to tracking log, go to the manual geo registration. Next, next. I have already geo registration points, control points. If we look, the deviation are all less than 0.1 meter, but going to the back and dragging to and fro, actually I can adjust the, uh, say this is 1.08, little bit high. So what I can do, I can go, which one is 1.0. So for example, three number point is 1.08, 0.108. So I have to go to back and adjust the 0.3 little bit so that it is within 0.08. Click it, dragging little bit, go to next. Now it's increasing actually. I have to reduce the value. To reduce the deviation, again, say clicking here, get 0.36 is getting high. So again, I want to go to back. Next, it is still high. Anyway, this is the way. Then click the finish. Our geo registration is done. It takes some time to save it. I'm waiting to save to store the geo registration information. It is still working. Now screen is saved. So our geo registration is done. Now what we have to do, say we have to now create gates and study zone or traffic zone. To do this, firstly, we have to click the manage annotation configuration. Is actually taking a little bit more time. We are waiting. Now, let's delete the previous one. We have original annotation configuration. We have to clone it and make it active, clicking active, then edit it. In this window, in the clone edit window, what we have to do, we have actually different types of gate we do not need right now. So what we will do, we will actually uh, delete this, delete, delete the gate first because those are assigned in the previously, and also we have one traffic zone. I want to delete it and confirm. Again, go to edit. Now we do not have any other gate. Now we have to assign some gate. So firstly, clicking add gate. and this gate will be entry gate. Click, one click, next click. This is our entry gate. We can see the entry gate over here. And now make it, tick it to finish editing. Again, click here, the add gate. One point click, another point click, and make this gate as exit gate. And it can be bidirectional, positive or negative. If it is positive, it is only upward. If it is negative, it is downward. Since it should be actually negative here, but for simplicity, I make it bidirectional and make object detection mode trajectory. And it is gate 13. Click it to finish editing. So we have gate 12 as entry gate, we get 13 as exit gate. And now I want to assign a traffic zone. At traffic zone, clicking here, the zone will be like this. 1 point, 2 point, this one, and this one. And we have to click the add finish editing. This is the traffic zone already assigned. I do not want to change the parameters over here. So let's click the confirm annotation and apply. So our zone is already applied. So it takes time to save it. Now, if we want to see the gate in the data from Skype viewer, here is the gate 12 and gate 13, gate 12 entry gate, gate 13 exit gate, and also we can see the show traffic region. We can see the traffic region within this. Now comes the issue, how can we do the analysis? In the panel, click the analysis, export analysis to CSV file, click it. Now what we have to do, we have to change entry separator as comma and click the export trajectories, export only part of trajectories between entry and exit gate, and export only valid trajectories, clicking this. Now export this, or we have to assign a path. We can assign here, say, our file path, name the file path as, say, HD. Say the file path is HD1. Save. Now export. Our data is exporting. Now click yes to export the trajectory, see the trajectory. So our exported trajectory data, we can see the file size is little bit low, but it is high. We can still see the Excel. This is the Excel file. We have track, vehicle type, entry gate, exit time, and exit gate number, exit time, travel distance, average speed in kilometer per hour. Since we already used georeferencing, so we can get the average speed directly in kilometer per hour. Every vehicle's X position, Y position, speed, tangential acceleration in meter per second, square lateral acceleration, and also see the time. And if we look at these columns, we have to actually pivot the values, because here we have repeated trajectory, X position, Y position, speed, tangential acceleration, lateral acceleration, and time. For every, these 6 are actually repeating. Then again 6 column are repeating. So we have to pivot it and use for further analysis. We have lot of data for every 1/32 data we have here. So using this data, we can do further traffic analysis. So first, if we look at here, actually the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First, these eight columns are fixed, and then all 6 columns are repeated. and we have to pivot it actually. We can use Python or use Excel to repeatedly. Though these do not have the heading, but these columns are repeating for every 1/30 second. So we can use it for further analysis. So that's it all about data from Sky, data analysis procedure and use of data from Sky Viewer. Thank you so much.